Lomachenko. Just out of range from that one. And then again, you can see the blood now from that cut that was opened earlier by a punch from the left hand of Lomachenko.
Yeah, I believe that was a left hook that reopened that cut from Loma.
And no stranger to cuts is Kambosos. He was cut in his last fight against Hughes over the right eye. Was cut against Devin Haney.
Let's go now. You punch to head.
Was cut against Teofimo Lopez.
Body to head. He's every time. He's every time going to this side. Right. Using right hand. Why you hold the back by tight?
There was the left hand that you talked about that caused the cut.
He landed that a few times throughout that round, Lomachenko. And Loma's smart. His boxing IQ, like I said, is second to none, so he will target that cut.
The announced attendance, as you take a look at the arena, the RAC arena in Perth, 14,147 in attendance tonight to witness this IBF World Championship fight. And chance of Loma breaking out there in Perth. Best shot that Kambosos has right here. I mean, Vasily Lomachenko, like his coach even told him, you're not going to sit there and outbox him. You're not going to pick him off. You got to throw a shot. Double jab right hand. That was a beautiful combination for Kambosos that scored there.
Yeah, you can't box Lomachenko.
Wait mo lang, nag-loading pa. Wait mo lang, wait. Ay na, ayaw ko sa'yo.
Lomachenko.
Gotta go in there, be the warrior that you are, lay it all on the line. Let your hands go.
Again, put Loma on his back foot. Bring the action to him. That'll change up the fight a little bit. That was a good jab from Lomachenko.
And I mean, we talked about it earlier, some of the shades of vintage Lomachenko on display tonight, and he's been able to kind of pull away in these last few rounds. I mean, it's been pretty, I don't know, but really dominant performance from Vasily Lomachenko here tonight. I mean, he's kind of shown that whatever Kambosos has been able to do, he can do it better.
Yeah.
Kambosos' best weapon has been his shots down to the body, particularly those hooking shots, but he's kind of abandoned that.
He has. And that happens when you're getting hit, when you're getting countered from someone like Lomachenko. You stop throwing. You abandon your game plan.
One of the things that Lomachenko hasn't really done in recent fights is been able to kind of step on the gas and get you know, a definitive finish. This was back since Nakatani in 2021 was his last stoppage victory.
Yep. Looks like he's looking to get the stoppage tonight, Lomachenko.
I mean, I know that he would love nothing more than to not have the scorecards read.
Right.
You know, considering what he's been through in the past. But look, Kambosos Jr. is a warrior. He's never been stopped. His only 2 losses came at the hands of one fighter in Devin Haney. So whether he's cut, bleeding, battered, or even knocked down, which he hasn't been, He'll continue to fight to the final bell, but right now, overmatched by the former 3-division world champion and 2-time Olympian Vasily Lomachenko. Good shot there in the counter. Down to the body. He's showing some flashes here at the end of rounds, but it's just not enough for the whole 3 minutes. It hasn't been sustained. I mean, I can't really think of a round that Kambosos has been able to sustain control for 3 minutes of a round.
Right.
Have you?
No, there've been moments in the round where he would win exchanges, Kambosos, but overall, it's hard to say that Kambosos has been dominant over Lomachenko completely for an entire round. You can see that's kind of, I mean, just that countering from Lomachenko, that's kind of what you've been seeing the whole fight.
And he's kind of standing there in the pocket with him and just counter punching, too. Like he's been okay keeping the fight in close.
Yeah, no, Lomachenko's doing it both. He's staying on the outside, he's countering him. On the inside, he's infighting, countering him. It's tough when you're fighting someone like that. You start really getting frustrated. You start, you know,
Hindi naman din siya.
abandoning your game plan.
And his face is showing it too, as he's been nicked up by a few cuts and really has 10, 11, and 12 to try to turn this thing around here, or Vasily Lomachenko could quite possibly be walking out of here once again a world champion. As chance of Loma break out again, and so does that left hand that scores here early in round 10.
Kambosos' corner wants him to keep working that jab.
Beautiful right hand.
That was.
Right there from Lomachenko. And you know what? He's also taken this crowd completely out of the fight. You would think they'd be behind Kambosos, cheering their man on, trying to help their fighter dig deep. And honestly, it's been quiet. I know we're thousands of miles away in Las Vegas calling this fight, but you can hear.
Yeah. You would think it would be a Kambosos crowd, being that it's in Australia, but, you know, we're hearing chants of Loma.
I mean, it's silent, other than those Loma chants, as we're under 2 minutes left here in round 10. Another question that some people had was a year out of the ring for Vasily Lomachenko. How would he look? Would he look rusty? Would he look like he's taken a step back? Well, I think he's answered those questions, no.
Definitely. And the bigger question, to me at least, was how would he look after a loss as devastating as the Haney loss?
And devastating not because of how his performance was, but simply from the what it took out of him, because he really felt like he won.
Right. It was just because it was controversial, because it was for all the belts.
Yeah.
It was just it was a really tough loss.
I remember speaking to him in that fight in the locker room after he was so emotional, asking him why he was so emotional, and he said simply because he knew that he would have to talk to his son, who told him all day, "Daddy, can't wait to hear and new. I can't wait to hear and new, Daddy." And he knew that he would have to call him and hear his son and not be able to deliver on that promise. And as a parent, I could identify with that 1,000%. And it wasn't simply because of the loss; it was having to disappoint your child, and that's how he felt.
Yeah, you know, it looks like it fueled him. Sometimes, you know, a loss can be, you learn more from your losses than you do from your wins. And that could be a moment where it fuels your fire. And that's kind of what we're seeing here tonight. It looks like Lomachenko is taking it out on Kambosos, kind of trying to use Kambosos as an example to make a statement.
Well, and maybe that's what he needs to do, you know, in order to try to get back to the top of the mountain, as blood streams from that right eye of Kambosos at the lightweight division, where you have Shakur Stevenson, you have Manuel Navarrete fighting for the other title, you got Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank Martin fighting for the other. All the belts are going to be spread out, each and every out at this weight division. There's no easy touches.
No, there's not.
I mean, in 2 months from now, you can have all 4 champions set, and those are all legit fighters, pound for pound guys at the lightweight division. Let's listen.
Right. You gotta stay in the body here. Judge, right hand to go to head. Pressure. Let's go.
Just 2 rounds. Now we're mixed up in 3 out.
Beautiful work with that jab hand, Nico.
Yep. Loma, he punches and moves. He doesn't sit there and take a picture, as they would say. He lands his shots and moves right after. A very dominant performance so far from Lomachenko. You mentioned before that we, haven't seen so often Loma step on the gas and stay that way for an entire fight. It looks like we're seeing it now.
I mean, it's hard-pressed to find, more than a round, maybe two, that Kambosos won.
Yeah.
He is dominated. Dominated. Now, can he finish the show as Lomachenko takes another body shot there from Kambosos, then comes back with 5 jabs. And you can tell that he still does have some respect for Kambosos Jr. because he's still not taking too many risks.
Right. He's still got his high guard up. He's not getting lazy and throwing lazy jabs or putting his hands down. And that cut is getting worse by the round.
Oh, just peppered by shots from Lomachenko. And I honestly haven't seen much adjustments being made from Kambosos. He talked about the new corner and this Russian style that his trainer was working on, and how he had a Lomachenko 2.0 as a sparring partner, a southpaw. But I mean, what have you seen a Kambosos that looks different now than earlier in the fight?
Okay, so the first 2 rounds, I thought I saw a different Kambosos. I thought I saw a smart Kambosos. He was going to the body. He was being smart. But again, it's hard to stick with a new team's game plan, a new style, especially when you're fighting a guy like Lomachenko that frustrates you and hits you and counters you and makes you feel like, when you throw a punch, you're gonna get hit in return. Loma's making him miss and making him pay, so it's, he's going back to his old self, Kambosos.
Oh, and he got hit by a right hand there.
I don't know.
And there was a shot there in that exchange.
That was a shot.
Yeah, there absolutely was. That was a body shot. That one hurt him, and that one dropped Kambosos Jr. 20 seconds left in round 11. He says he's okay.
Loma's gonna go after it now.
Vasily Lomachenko would love nothing more than to get this stoppage, and he's got it. Vasily Lomachenko has stopped George Kambosos in round 11.
Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible.
The first stoppage in the career of George Kambosos and the first stoppage victory for Vasily Lomachenko since 2021.
Those body shots, and Loma, wow, that's one of his greatest strengths is his body work. You can see how emotional he is right now. He really needed a performance like that.
And he really did not want this fight to go to the scorecards. And there is his son, now embracing his proud papa, who can say and knew tonight and deliver back on a promise of at least once again starting to climb the tree back to not only now becoming a world champion, but he's only wants high-level fights. He has made this very clear.
Yep.
He's not,
That's the kind of fighter he
yes,
is.
he wants unification fights, he wants high-level stuff, and he's a high-level fighter, and tonight that was a high-level performance.
He cut first, Lomachenko. That did get counted as a knockdown.
But that left hand
That
right
was
there,
it. That was it. That was it, and it did get counted as a knockdown.
Oh, that was the last one. Just walked right in. That was just a beautiful shot right there.
Yeah.
That was absolutely a knockdown.
And that should have been.
Yep.
And what did he do? He went straight to the body. That's what a brilliant fighter does. They hurt someone up top and they go downstairs. Wow.
No need for Lomachenko, and we'll take a couple more looks at it again.
This
the
was the last
stoppage.
knockdown, I believe. Yeah.
But that worked to the body.
It was a left hook to the body.
And as the referee was stepping in, you see the towel coming in also from the Kambosos corner, right there. So whether the referee was going to stop it, if not, the corner was about to. They had seen enough.
Wow, it was a beautiful performance.
Beautiful. Vintage Lomachenko. It's crazy because I say vintage, but he still looked good in his last fight. But you you just saw some shades of dominance there throughout the course of the fight.
Wanted
that
no
reminded you.
Lomachenko.
Yeah, he did.
That's what he wanted.
He did. And that's what he showed
Yeah,
tonight.
exactly.
Gracious in defeat is Vasily Lomachenko. We'll make this one official in Perth. And we have a new
Ladies and gentlemen, can we
IBF world
please have a
champion.
round of applause for these two world-class warriors? The end comes in 2 minutes and 49 seconds into round 11. Your referee stops this competition by winner of TKO, fighting out of the red corner, and new IBF lightweight champion of the world, Vasily Lomachenko!
And congrats to Vasily Lomachenko and his entire team and new IBF world champion. Tonight we'll take you to the interview in the ring to hear from Vasily Lomachenko.